in time. I'm just somebody who's waiting to get by. Just somebody who's waiting to get by. Just somebody who's waiting to get by. Now you feel disconnected. They don't believe what you see. So you're calling for help now, but you don't talk, you keep inside. I'm just somebody who's waiting to get by. Just somebody who's waiting to get by. Somebody who's waiting to get by. To get by. Just somebody who's waiting to get by. Somebody who's waiting to get by. Somebody who's waiting to get by. To get by. You know, changing the weather, it never rains, but looks the same.
Never rains, looks the same. This will be a short video. I mean, I've had it up to here and maybe even up to here and maybe even down to here. I don't know. With the Notre Dame rhetoric talking about if it weren't for Notre Dame, the ACC wouldn't have a season this year. Are you kidding me? Are you high? This was featured on Game Day, how Notre Dame saved the ACC season. There was an article written about it. If anybody has seen this and you believe it, you're out of your fucking mind. I'm going to go ahead and tell you that right now. Notre Dame's fate would be the same as BYU if it weren't for the ACC. If it weren't for John Swofford bending over for Notre Dame like he does every single season that he's been there since he made this deal with Notre Dame. The Big Ten's not playing. The Pac-12's not playing as of now. The Big 12 is playing a bunch of lower level teams. The SEC's not playing out of conference. The only conference left out of all these conferences, out of the Power Five, the only conference that bends over for Notre Dame is the ACC, and they bent over big time this year, man. But this idea that Notre Dame somehow talked the ACC into playing football? Are you fucking kidding me? Notre Dame is the BYU, the big boy BYU. That's what I call them. Because BYU is the only other team that's quasi-Power 5 level that's playing this year. And what was BYU's fate as far as scheduling? Who's scheduling to play BYU? This was Notre Dame's fate if it weren't for the ACC. Let's look at it. Navy. Troy. UTSA, whatever the hell that is. Houston. Texas State, Western Kentucky, and Northern Alabama. This is the fate of Notre Dame if the ACC did not let them in this year. Period. And for anybody out there that's going to come around here and try to tell me, and there's been a bunch of you, Notre Dame saved Clemson's season. If it weren't for them, they wouldn't be playing anybody. We'd be playing more than Houston, Texas State, Western Kentucky, Northern Alabama, and Navy, and Troy. I can promise you that, Jack. If you're one of these people that somehow thinks that Clemson needs Notre Dame on their schedule to win a national championship or be relevant, you're out of your fucking mind. This is the reason that people don't like Notre Dame. And I don't dislike Notre Dame. Hell, I'm Irish. But this is the reason that people don't like Notre Dame. The arrogance. The arrogance that somehow Notre Dame in the pandemic year saved college football, saved the ACC, saved Clemson? Really? If you believe this, I've got some oceanfront property in Idaho to sell you pronto, Jack. I can't even believe this. Now, I'd like seeing Notre Dame on the schedule, but let's be honest here. As far as Clemson goes, if it's not our Notre Dame year, we schedule teams better than Notre Dame every year. Auburn 5 times in the past 10 years. Georgia twice. Texas A&M twice. All better than Notre Dame has been in the past 10 years. And beat all of them. Well, 4-1 against Auburn. 1-1 against Georgia. 2-0 against A&M. You get my point, though. My point is, if it weren't for Notre Dame being on Clemson's schedule this year, we'd be scheduling a big boy SEC team that's most likely higher ranked and better than you are. Let's be real here. It's time for Notre Dame fans to get real with themselves, I think. Get real with yourself. Stop being a homer. And I'm a homer too, so I get it. I get it. Believe me, I get it. But the arrogance is out of control. It's off the charts out of control at this point. What I want you to do now is get on your knees and put your hands together to pray to that golden Jesus on your campus there and tell the ACC thank you for letting us play big boy football this year. And I'm going to tell you right now, you better not do any worse than a close second to your daddy Clemson in the ACC this year. You better not do any worse than that, because if you do, you'll never live it down. I will make it my life's mission, and I've got a long life left. I will make it my life's mission to make it a miserable existence for Notre Dame fans. And I like Notre Dame fans. I love John from Always Irish, good friend of mine. A bunch of you guys subscribe to me. You're all good people. But this is getting out of hand here. I can't take it anymore. That's all I can take, and I can't take no more. See you November 7th. And probably, hopefully, maybe for you, and hopefully for you, we'll see you in Charlotte too. If you don't even make it to Charlotte, it's going to be a long off season, bro. It's going to be a long off season. I can see a lot of people clicking unsubscribe if you don't make it to Charlotte. Hell, you might be clicking unsubscribe right now. But that's okay. That's okay. All right, I'll see y'all later. Go Tigers. Praise Jesus.